Hello. Today I'm going to tell you guys how much it cost to build this Cummins swapped dually here, and I'll give you some tips as well. So let's just jump into it right now. So I bought the first truck, which was the gray and silver one, for $5,500, and the wheels came on that one, and that is the chassis that I used. The body was absolutely toast, so I couldn't use that. So we're $5,500 in for that chassis, and the wheels to get it sandblasted was another $150. The motor and the transmission I ended up getting from a truck that I had bought a year and a half ago, and I pulled the motor out and then sold the chassis for that. So I think I paid $3,500 for that whole truck, and then I believe I sold that whole chassis for $2,000. So I actually came out really good with the motor. The motor I was into for about $1,500, and then the transmission was included in that price. The switch suspension lowering kit was around $2,800 Canadian delivered. Now I know that's a lot. Just pay the price and you don't have to do it twice. Now I did buy another body, a blue and silver truck, but I didn't end up using any of those pieces. I think maybe I used a bumper or something off of that. No, I didn't use any of those pieces, and I actually ended up selling that truck for $1,000 more than I paid for it. So I did make $1,000 on that, so we'll knock that off the price. This red and white truck I paid $3,000 for, and then I took the fenders off of the gray and silver one and put it on this one. To get the wheels polished was $800, but I've gotten so many compliments on the wheels, and I think that they're, you know, worth the money. And the tires were, including the two new ones up front, I'm into the tires for about $2,000. To get this window replaced in the back, which I'm super pumped on, it's a solid back window. I got rid of the slider. That was $60. New starter, new power steering pump, new brake master cylinder, this intake horn here, that intake piece there, the new alternator, and other various parts, including the engine resealing. We're gonna call that about $1,500 for all that stuff. Exhaust downpipe, I believe that was about $220. Now, my good friend Monty and I traded some services for the exhaust, but if you were gonna go to an exhaust shop, he told me it would be about $1,200 to do what he did. And you saw that in the earlier video. We came down, went really nice, right, made a custom cross member for the transmission, and then went right over the back, which is the proper way to do it. It looks super junky when guys come out here. All the fluids and everything, probably about $200. For the motor mounts, let's call it $400 for that and the transmission cross member. To get your truck detailed and polished, you're looking at around $1,000. Now I got a deal because we did some horse trading. Well, let's call it $1,000 for the polish. The glass up here with $150. The clutch pedals, you know, you're looking at $150. The carpets, a couple $100. And if you want to put a manual transmission in an automatic truck, you're gonna have to put the high hump in, and you're looking at about $150 for that. Now, I was able to use the factory drive shaft here with a conversion U-joint, but if you have to get a custom drive shaft made, which may happen just depending where you position the engine and everything, you're looking at about $700. I didn't have to do that, so we won't include that in the price. But listen to me, do not shorten your own drive shaft because it will shake, I promise. I've tried it, I have friends that have tried it. It will not work. No matter how hard you try, I promise you it will not work. The new inner fenders, that was about $300. We put a new gas tank in and some other fuel lines and stuff, so we'll call that another $220. The little fuse box underneath the hood, for a good one, you're looking at around $60. The loom, all the connectors, all the cable, you're looking at probably, you know, another $100 for all that. The lug nuts and the caps for the wheels, that was about $200. If you are gonna be using a 4-core radiator, they're hard to find factory in the copper. So if you need to buy an aluminum one, you're gonna be looking at about $250, $300 offline. And I think that's about it, guys. I wasn't keeping track in my mind as I was recording, but the number that's on the bottom here is how much it cost me to come and swap this, give or take $1,000, you know, whatever. And I'm sure there's lots of other little things, but that's kind of the rough number. Now there's one other huge number that isn't included in this price, and that is the labor. I tried to do this one right. At $120 an hour for a shop rate times, let's say 350 hours, you're looking at $42,000 in labor time to do it right. I'm sure you could do it faster than that, or you could do it longer, whatever, but that's, I was thinking about it, and I'm probably 350 hours of work into what's sitting right here. So 42,000 plus this other number comes to, and that's pretty high. Now, if you were not doing what I was doing, and you don't take the body off, and you don't swap dually fenders, and you're not going through 3 different bodies to find the right truck, and you're just dropping an engine in, I kid you not, if you have all the parts there, you could do this swap in 1 week. Now, would it be a pretty swap? Probably not. But you can do it quite quickly, and you can do it for a lot cheaper. The last 2 that I did, this is the 3rd one, I did quite a bit cheaper than this one. Obviously, this one I was like, you know what, we're this deep into it, let's just hammer it out and do it really nice. That gives you an idea of what it costs to build this thing. And I'm actually taking it on a big road trip this weekend. We're going down to a big diesel show. Whistling Diesel and some other guys are gonna be there, and it's gonna be sweet. Well, maybe he'll buy this truck and, you know, use it in one of his videos. That'd be pretty cool. And thanks for watching. I'm sorry I haven't been uploading much. I just, you know, I got stuff to do, you know.